What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, Jacksonville Jaguar Nation? So, huge news just broke today, and it is that the Jacksonville Jaguars just traded a 2018 6th-round pick in exchange for defensive tackle Marcell Dareus. And this is absolutely insane. You look at our defense, and it's pretty widely known that the Jaguars might have the best defense in the NFL. You look at guys like Myles Jack, Telvin Smith, Jalen Ramsey, A.J. Boye, Barry Church, Tashawn Gibson, all that. Great players. But what might even be better than all that is the Jacksonville Jaguars defensive line. With Calais Campbell, they've got Yannick Ngakoue, Dante Fowler Jr., Malik Jackson, Avery Jones. And they're pretty stacked at that defensive line. But the fact that they just went out and traded for another defensive tackle to add to the line, it's just crazy. Now, I'm thinking with the Jaguars, the way the Jaguars looked at this, Tom Coughlin, Doug Marrone, they said, hey, we have an outstanding defense right now. We have some great talent. Our pass defense is outstanding, but they probably looked and said, what could be holding our defense back? And it's obviously the rush defense. I believe the Jaguars are like 30th in the NFL and rush defense. They're giving up a little bit over 6 yards per carry. And, these Jaguars, they're being drawn to like teams like the 1985 Bears and like all these greatest defenses out there in the NFL. But in order to be the best defense out there, you have to be a complete defense. You have to be good in the pass and, rush game. And I think so far this season, while Avery Jones and Malik Jackson, I thought they started off pretty good. I think they kind of tailed off a little bit. Now, I think Malik Jackson has been dealing with a little bit of injury, like a groin injury, because he's been on the injury report a little bit, and he doesn't look like the same player from last year. And then Avery Jones is kind of underperforming a little bit after getting paid a lot this offseason. But they're bringing in Marcell Dareus from the Bills, who had his 2 most productive seasons under Doug Marrone. Once Rex Ryan came in, he didn't really like their defense. He thought it was a little bit too complicated for him. But what a trade by the Jaguars. I mean, our rich defense only gets richer. Now, I do have some concerns about this real quick, though. One concern of mine is just the amount of money that he's we're going to be giving him. Now, I don't know how much, I'm not like a contract expert. Like, I don't know how much, the Bills are going to absorb out of this stuff. But, he's getting paid about $10 million per year. And he's under contract through 2021. So, in 2015, he signed like a $95 million deal. Crazy money right there. But, with the money that we're giving him, going into the 2017 NFL season, the Jaguars had like the 3rd most cap room in the NFL behind the Browns and 49ers. But, this week, a couple days ago, we re-signed Telvin Smith to a 4-year, $50 million extension. And now we bring in this guy. With all the money that we've been throwing around, I wonder how much money we're going to have to potentially maybe get a free agent quarterback next year, or just be able to re-sign some of the guys that we have. Dante Fowler, we're going to be able to give him another extension. There's really not many players out of that 2015 draft. They might extend A.J. Cann just because he's been pretty productive, but you look at the 2016 NFL draft, and you have guys like Jalen Ramsey, Myles Jack, Yannick Ngakoue. I imagine they want to extend him, but we also have Allen Robinson going into a contract year. So, I really want to get that deal done, but it'll be interesting to see what they want to do, with their money. Now, there are some things about Dareus that do concern me a little bit. He had a 1-game suspension in 2015 due to drug charges, a 4-game suspension in 2016 due to marijuana charges. So he's one more pop drug test away from being suspended for 10 games, which isn't very good. One reason why he got traded was because the Bills just didn't like the effort that he was giving out. They didn't think his work ethic was there. They didn't think he was really there mentally. So while that might be a concern, but at the same time, he gets a new fresh start. He gets a fresh start under a coach that he has already played under, who knows what to expect out of him. I mean, Doug Marrone and him definitely already have a relationship. So, He knows, Doug Marrone knows what to expect out of Dareus, and Dareus knows what to expect out of Doug Marrone, which will be good coming into the team. Now, a little bit about Dareus. He was the 3rd overall pick in the 2011 draft out of Alabama. Played great his first 4 years, obviously, which is what led to that fat 2015 contract. But I definitely expect him to help us out in the run game. Like the Jaguars, they look at this and say, great defenses could lead you to the playoffs and even farther than that. If you look back, look at the 2013 Ravens. They had an outstanding defense and kind of a mediocre offense. Now Joe Flacco picked it up and postseason, that's what helped them out a lot. But it was definitely led by their great defense. Fast forward 2 years, you go to the 2015 Broncos. The Broncos had an amazing defense then. Had Von Miller, Malik Jackson's on a team, Aqib Talib, just a great defense. But they didn't have that great of an offense. They had Peyton Manning in his last year, and he was a different Peyton Manning than his whole career. They had Brock Osweiler come in there and start a little bit. The Jaguars, they see this as we're definitely in win now mode. You don't do this kind of thing if you're not in win now mode. They only traded a 6th-round pick away from him. They're taking away that, taking on that contract. With incentive, or like with playing incentives, this guy could, cost a 5th-round pick next year, but, it's going to be at least a 5th or 6th-round pick, whatever like that. But, huge move out of Jaguars, huge splash for a Friday night. If you would have thought that the Jags would be trading for somebody, you would have thought, like a wide receiver or something like that, because that's what seems to be like our lowest position of depth right now. But it's crazy how the Jaguars went out there and made this move. Hopefully Dareus can come in here and help out that rush defense and just help us have like a more complete defense. Maybe Avery Jones and guys like Malik Jackson will try to force themselves to play better since they're bringing in a guy like this. But our defense, if it wasn't already nasty, it's definitely nasty right now, and it's just really excited to be able to see, what's going to be able to happen. This guy can play 3-technique defensive tackle. He can play nose tackle, so it'll be interesting to see how they start bringing him into the lineup, how much playing time he gets. I don't expect him to be an immediate starter, but rotational. You know what I mean? Like, you rotate these guys in and out all the time, so he's going to be getting plenty of action. The Jacksonville Jaguars defense is nasty, and the Jaguars just signed Marcell Dareus from the Buffalo Bills. Not signed, but traded for a 6th-round pick. But with all that said, it's your boy UC at Jaguar, and I'm out.